Have you ever heard the phrase, nobody ever truly wins a war? Yeah, I'd like to push back on that. Countries that have just won a war definitely do not look like Japan after World War II. The country was thrown into a state of crisis. They'd been nuked twice, and everyone who remained was almost guaranteed to live in abject poverty for about the next 5-ish years. Naturally, work was a bit slow for animators. In fact, no animations were produced at all until a year after the war was over. Cherry Blossom was a solemn and somewhat melancholic art piece that was supposed to encourage the Japanese public to move forward in whatever way they could. Now, being under American occupation, most animated films seen by the public of the time were imported from America, and even animation that was produced in-house usually co-opted Western stylings. It wasn't until 1948 that Japan would begin to reforge an identity of its own in the realm of cartoons. Now might be a good time to mention Toho Studios. They're a film studio who have been involved in many anime productions over the years. But in 1948, they were in the middle of a series of well-deserved, if extremely brutal strikes. Toho Studios were notorious for underpaying their staff, and after catching wind of the latest series of layoffs, staff actually decided to barricade themselves inside the building. Anyway, they also released Tora and the Bride, which was perhaps the first of many animations to pave the way for the version of anime that we know today. Its animation was fluid, expressive, and at times absolutely jaw-dropping. This shot where the camera rotates is difficult to do well today and would usually be done using CGI. So pulling it off at the time is beyond impressive. Honestly, it should have been impossible. And then, after 195 days, the Japanese and American governments decided to send in the army to extract the staff from the Toho Studios building. Tora and the Bride would receive a solid sequel in 1950, called Tora the Ship Sweeper, although it wouldn't be anywhere near as groundbreaking.